All right, Panther fans, I'm not even going to waste any time. Stu is happy. He's got his victory cigar, and I believe it's a little bit more than just the 4-0 victory for Stu right here.
Well, it seems like Coach Bruno watched the last video
Yeah, or
because
maybe the last 50.
got what we wanted, um, and obviously paid off. They looked real comfortable together, and
Yeah,
my man Gus gets a goal out of the deal. I
yeah.
don't even know if I noticed Uyghur coughing it up once last night.
The only I said this in the recap, and that's the one that I told you about Randy saying something. The only time he made a mistake was right there. I believe it was towards the end of the second period, and they were coming into the offensive zone, and Uyghur tried to pass towards the center of the ice, and it got intercepted and came back. And that's when Randy said, "Well, the Panthers need to be careful." That was the only mistake I saw Uyghur make all night. For whatever reason, who cares? For whatever reason, that's all we need. Is there's a reason.
But let's hope he keeps it that way. I mean, obviously, again, they played so much at the end of last year, and they just gelled, and
Yeah,
it just common sense. I mean,
yeah.
it's like he's still going with this kid Haig, and he still won't play Carlson or
Right.
Lombaum. I stubborn.
I know.
But anyway, so everything happened in front of me last night. I mean, I sit in a suite that is and it's just a perfect suite. I love it. It's between the blue line and it's kind of sort of where the face-off circle is.
Right.
And so, I get great views of everything that's going on in that, Panthers shoot twice zone. So obviously, I didn't see the Barkov kick it in.
Right.
It looked like he redirected it and he was trying to get it on his stick. But when I came home and I watched the replay, I noticed that Corey Stillman slashed at his stick to prevent him from
I see.
getting a stick on it. So
I see.
I thought it was a good goal. They called it back. All right, whatever. It came back, and that move that he made, typical Barkov.
Yeah.
We're up 1-0, looking good. Minute 36 seconds left in the period is always a great way to go into the period.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the Lamborghini was on fire again last night. Lamborghini, whatever.
No, he wants Lombardo now. He wants Lombardo like Huberto.
I'm telling you, that kid is really fast, but he's just got so much. All right, so you questioned to me what's up with Giroux, Huberto, and Lombard, right?
Right.
And I said I was okay with that. Let's see. Kid's hot. Let's see what he can do.
Yeah. No, you're right. I just found it amusing. Like I said, I found it amusing from the point of view of Drew's. Tells Philadelphia, "I'm not going anywhere but Florida because I want to play with Barkov." And 3 games in, he's on the second line playing with Ryan Lombard, which is not how he drew it up. I guarantee it.
Well, I do. I think you're right. I think he's frustrated right now.
Yeah.
And he hasn't scored. I do think he's looking to pass more than he's looking to shoot. But again, like you said, once he scores a goal or two, he'll be fine.
He'll be fine.
But Jamison Olive had the early lines as Reinhardt being on the Barkov line. It ended up being Duclair.
Yeah.
I'm still not happy with Verhaeghe. I just say what you will, but it doesn't matter. We had our 4-goal minimum for Bob. He did the rest, and I will say, and I texted you this morning, I think that was going on a limb here because he's played some other great games, but I don't know of any other game I've seen him play better.
He was
consistently from start to finish.
Yeah,
I know he's had shutouts before, but the kind of stops he made last night. Incredible.
No, he was dialed in from the instant the game started. And like I said, recap, it's funny how Bob always starts playing really well after Spencer Knight starts playing really well. odd coincidence. You know what I'm saying? Bob
No, it's
needs,
good.
yeah, he needs somebody behind him to push him. For whatever, again, the same thing with Uyghur Ekblad. For whatever reason, that's the reason, whatever, it doesn't matter. We've seen it. So, yeah, hey, look, I mean, goalie kind of, he says if we get goaltending like this, nobody can beat us. And like, well, if they're not getting any goals, that's it going to be tough to beat. Um, but look, defensively, I mean, Barkov said that during the intermission. You know, the first words out of his mouth was, "Well, we're playing a lot better defensively tonight than we had the last few games." So for Barkov to say that in public, okay, you just imagine what's going on in the locker room. You know what I mean? That's the first thing. The first thing he wanted to say in public was, "Well, look, we're paying better on defense now." So that says a lot. You know, that's not, you know, that's the captain out there saying that. So Uyghur Ekblad's got to be the pair the rest of the way. And then, you know, we talked about it and people talk about it in the comments in the recap too. I haven't checked Twitter. I'm sure they're talking about it. You know, when Ekblad comes back, I mean, I like Uyghur Forsling better than Uyghur Ekblad. Not because I think Uyghur can't do it, but he just plays a much more calmer style. It's almost like Uyghur's the kind of guy that feeds off of whoever he's paired with. And so with Ekblad, you've got this, you know, I'm going to gamble and I'm going to go for it and go. And so Uyghur tries to emulate that, but then maybe it's just when he plays with Forsling is just so smart. He picks his spots so much better that maybe that just rubs off on Uyghur. So if you made that your pairing, then you'd actually end up, I guess, Ekblad Montour as your top pair, and then Uyghur Forsling, and then Gudis Sherratt, which is what we had last night with Gudis and Sherratt. I mean, that could work if Brunette decides to break up Ekblad and Uyghur.
Right. See, the thing for me is always, again, I like the lefty righty combo.
Right.
So, I mean, you put Uyghur and Forsling together. Who plays with Ekblad? Sherratt. And then you got Montour and Good, but I don't like that.
I don't like that at all. No. That's a waste of Montour.
I actually see, unfortunately, they're both right side defensemen. I would love to see Ekblad and Montour, see what they could do there. I just don't know who would be more comfortable on the left side. So it's a dilemma, but
it's a good dilemma to have.
I mean, somebody made the comment, that I replied to actually, no, I didn't get wood, but I was really stoked to see more than one shift, because obviously I've seen, the one shift here and again, but to see them playing consistently, and for me to be happy and for me to be on this recap right now, not saying a bad word about, who I've been saying,
we can say his name now.
Weeks. So obviously, I mean, I don't hate the player. I just think, he was not playing up to his potential, and maybe it was because he had the wrong partner. Who knows? All I know is, and I'll say it again, no disrespect to Aaron Ekblad, but Gustav Forsling is our best defenseman.
Yeah, I know.
May not be the offensive threat, but I mean, as far as being a defenseman, I mean, the guy is just so solid. He just makes all the right moves, skates great, knows what to do in every situation. Just can't complain about him.
Yeah, no. And then, with the lines, and we talked about this, with the line blender and everything like that. What coach said before the game was that basically this is how it's gonna be the rest of the year, where we're gonna mix and match and experiment with different guys to see how they fit together. And I guess when you have a 6 and a 7 and a 9-point lead in the division, you can do that. And it's not like it's costing us, right? I mean, we keep going out there and scoring 4 and 7, 6 goals. So to me, that's gonna pay off dividends, especially now that you can plop Ryan Lomberg in the top 6 and get production. I mean, Is he a permanent
Who
top
would've-
6 player?
Who would have thunk that, right?
Right.
Who would have thunk that?
Right. But
Fourth line guy moves up and still produces.
yeah, well, when you think about it, he's fast. He plays hard. He wins the battles. He's got a decent shot. So it's like, why not? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Right. You know,
So,
yeah. So,
other observations from last night. Well, obviously the Gudis hip check was
yeah. That poor
beautiful thing to see.
I mean,
Glad the other guy, glad the kid didn't get hurt.
yeah.
Another observation, where in the past you would be in a decent crowd and you would have 40% opposing jerseys
Yeah.
and cheering for
Not
don't
anymore.
have that anymore.
No.
I mean, I can't begin to tell you how many Blackhawk jerseys there were out there, but obviously they didn't score any goals, but
Yeah.
I mean, the crowd is just, it didn't look at, when I got there, but eventually it filled up nicely, which is
Yeah.
nice to see. And then the other thing, I guess, is the power play. Wasn't really thrilled, but just too much, again, just not quick enough. Why not? We
Right.
only had, I think, 2 power plays.
Yeah, and the guys in the
But,
broadcast mentioned that with just the one too many passes. I think on this back end of the power play after we scored in the 5-on-3, we still had the 5-on-4. No, it wasn't then. Whenever it was, Drew passed up a shot and passed it over to Huberto, who passed up a shot to try to get the Barkov. And I believe it was Randy who was just like, "Come on, guys!" I mean, you could hear he was about as frustrated and aggravated as you'll ever hear him get in the broadcast. You know what I mean?
Listen,
like,
5-on-3 for almost full 2 minutes, man. We should have been machine gunning that goalie.
Right.
But anyway, all in all, always take a 4-0 shutout.
Yeah.
Hoping to see Knight in the next game, and you're right. I think as long as Knight's playing at his potential, it's going to only help Bob.
Yeah.
Stay sharp.
Well, especially this time of year, Bobrovsky's got to have nightmares. He's like, "Oh no, it's 15 games left. This kid ain't doing to me what he did last year. The hell with it." I mean, you think about it that way. I mean, that's not, it's not in the imagination that could happen. That happened to him last year. So I expect him to be pretty locked in from here on out, as long as Spencer's playing that well.
The one thing I wish that the PA announcer would have made it more of a big deal about stop play and everything, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Huberto setting that record.
Yeah.
That has stood for like 20 something years. No, he's gonna, now that he's got the record, think about it. 70 seemed to be around 69, 70 seemed to be around the number that the 3 guys that he's passed.
Right.
He's gonna blow that out of the water.
He's good. Yeah, he could get 90.
I mean, he could get up to 90 assists before who knows, before the season ends.
Right.
Really make that record tough to beat. But that was nice. And of course it was on a Barkov goal, so even sweeter.
Yeah.
But Markey got 30 has 31 goals now.
Yep.
And yeah, man.
Yeah, we keep rolling.
That's why you got to forget that the loss against Toronto.
Look,
we could have and should have won that game. We're not going to win every one of them, but we got 98 points. So
yeah.
What do we got? We got New Jersey next. What is that? Saturday?
Yeah, we got Saturday at like 12:30 and Sunday
An
at 1
afternoon
or
game.
something like that.
Oh, by the way, it's on the NHL Network. It's
Is
their showcase game of the week.
Okay. All right. So I have that anyway, but yeah. For those of you who only have Bally's, make sure that you got it that way.
Yeah, NHL Network.
Yeah. Okay. That's the Saturday game?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's the game we could hit 100 points. I mean, again, we all know that this is the best season we've ever had. It's just a question of
finishing it.
How good is it going to be?
Right.
I mean, I'm still I'm still predicting, and I'm still holding to my 118, 120 prediction. I really think, the 15 games left, there's no reason why we can't win 10 of them.
Yeah, I know.
And
but
if we win 10 of them, then we got 118. We win
Right.
11 of them, that's 120. So
right.
the way we've been playing,
Yeah.
I
No,
know that most of the games aren't against the top team, but we still got 2 more against Toronto and
Right.
that 1 game on Tampa. And I think we played Boston. So
Yeah, we
there's going to
played
be some
Boston
tough
once.
ones there.
Yeah.
But
I'm
there's no
interested in
reason why
seeing.
they can't get there.
I'm
So,
interested in seeing the Boston game, because they weren't playing nearly this well when we played them last time. So I'm interested to see that. We got that, like you said, you got the Tampa game, we got the 2 Toronto games. But the thing of it is just like, I mean, you look. I think the record in excuse me, I think our record in April or March was something like 10-1-2 or 10-2-1 or something, and we're not running away with anything. Like
yeah.
everybody's keeping up. So I mean, the East is just it's the top heavy doesn't even cover it. I mean, that's what 21 out of like 25 points for the month, and we're still just tied with
But you
Carolina
know
for the
what?
conference lead.
That's okay. We haven't lost any ground.
Right.
Okay.
Well, God, yeah.
And we haven't gone into any, just like, well, I'll say it. I'm not really worried about jinx. We haven't gone into a really big slump. I mean,
No.
again, we lost those 3 games in a row
Yep.
at home, which killed, that unbelievable home record, even though we're like 29-6 now, whatever.
Yeah, it's still crazy.
But, we want to win every.
Well, yeah.
We expect them to win every game. We
Yeah,
really do.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
do.
Yeah. No,
I expect to have one of these after every game.
Exactly.
Not going to happen.
No.
But again, now we go into Jersey and we go into Buffalo, I think. Oh, no, Islanders.
Islanders, yeah.
Those are 2 games we can lose if we don't.
No, we have to be careful. Yeah, we absolutely have to be
Especially
careful.
the Islanders.
Yeah. Well, at least John Tavares isn't there anymore. Okay, I was sick of that guy. I have nothing. You know how you say I have nothing for love for your brother? It's the opposite with John Tavares. Just please.
So we got two more opportunities to stick it to John Tavares.
Yeah, and then if
Gudas should only give John Tavares one of those hip checks.
Please. Oh, though, I mean, when you think about it, though, the problem with Gudas giving Tavares one of those hip checks is now what are they going to come try to do to Barkov? You know what I mean? That's the problem with that.
Yeah. Did you notice that not one Blackhawk went after Gudas after that hit?
It was a clean hit. It's a clean hit.
It doesn't matter in these days. It doesn't matter if a guy gets cremated by one of the not cremated, whatever.
Yeah.
If a guy gets rocked
right
by an opposing player, the teammate, no matter if it's clean or not, the teammates stick up and do it just just to show they're sticking up for their teammate. They go after the guy that made the hit.
Well, I noticed this last night. Chicago's not Montreal, Ottawa, any of these other teams that are not in the playoffs but still playing hard and well. And not that they played bad, but they don't have any spunk. They don't have any bite. There's no emotion. You know what I mean?
Patrick Kane looks like a shell of himself.
Yeah. It's tough when you still have some top players left over and they know it's over and it's rebuilding and it's the end of the season. That's got to be tough, all the way around. The goalie's decent though. Jeez. I mean,
let me correct myself. He's not that he's not a shell. He just didn't, he didn't look like the energetic, spirited Patrick Kane we're always used to.
Right.
It's kind of seems like he's clocked his time card, but it's just a feeling I got. He just didn't have that jump that I usually see him with.
Yep, exactly.
But nobody played a real. They really neutralized them last night pretty easily. That's the thing. I didn't see a lot of fight from Chicago.
Exactly. They just, What do they got?
Anyway,
15?
2 points.
2 points, exactly. So, all right, guys. We really appreciate all the support, appreciate all the comments. Make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. You guys
By the
know
way,
go ahead.
both Carolina won last night,
Right.
98-98.
Yeah.
Both have 98 points. So
Yeah.
Huberto said in the post-game interview that they want the conference.
Right. Okay.
That's what they're aware of it, and that's what they're shooting for.
That's
I don't
good to
think we
hear.
play Carolina anymore.
No, we're done. We're done. I mean, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but
I think we're done too. I think
I think we swept them, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. We flipped that script on them because last year.
So I apologize for interrupting you.
No, that's okay, bud. All right. So last thing here is, like I've been doing the last couple of days because of the migraines. This weekend, I know there's not going to be a live stream Saturday. It's possible Sunday, but that'll be a surprise. If I show up Sunday morning, it's good. My eyes are getting better each day. It's just spring allergies, and some years it's bad, some years it's really horrible. This was a really, really bad year. And as soon as the pollen hits my face in spring, I'll get about a 2-week migraine, and it'll peak, and then it'll kind of dissipate over the course of another 10 days. I'm about halfway through those 10 days. So hopefully by next week, I'll be back up in normal, and I can just get on a roll with the content like I was, because I hate missing content. You guys know that. So, all right. Today's Friday. We'll get this up. And then tomorrow.
April Fools.
Yeah, April Fools, exactly.
We didn't come up with one April Fool's joke.
Nah, they don't like that. I still got people pissed off of me for the Lombardo and Marchman interviews. I still get comments from people going, "Shit, man, I thought this was real." And I'm like, the 2-minute duration didn't give it away. You know what I mean? So no, I'm not. No more practical jokes for me. If I do one of those again, it's gonna be a big fat satire in all capitals in the title. All right, guys, we appreciate all the support. We'll see you in the next one.